And this is like so amazing, isn't it, Virginia? We're here with Scott and Titus, her husband Scott Rope, so Mr. and Mrs. Rope, and their amazing son, also an attorney here at Rope Law, Jonathan Rope. Actually, I'm Judi. Introduce yourself.
I'm Channa.
I'm Scott.
Jonathan.
And Virginia McInerney.
Judi back. So, and also Dr. Titus is at their house.
Yes.
Mom's down in Chesapeake.
Still is.
So he's kind of bounced back and forth, up and down, and of course your brothers have been holding the fort with Mom and Dad. Anyway, Dr. Titus is here in Ohio. We just celebrate his legacy. We celebrate his transformational role in our lives, right? And understanding a biblical foundation of law, government. In fact, I bought God, Man, and Law for my son-in-law for Christmas. But anyway, we celebrate this reunion. God bless you, Jonathan. Thanks for even being here.
Thank you.
Yeah,
There's my new patent trademark attorney here.
Yeah, thanks for coming from Vancouver.
Yeah.
And from Columbus.
Yeah, she drove us
And
all
we
the
just
way down
discovered each other. Athens and Columbus were in the same
Great,
state.
great, amazing. And so Regent friends, we're planning a reunion, a celebration, so let's keep in touch. Well, hi Dr. Titus. Guess who? Judi Johnston, your favorite Canadian.
And we're here. They came down, Virginia and Judi came down from Columbus. And so we wanted to do this video so that you could see it when you're feeling better.
Virginia, say hi.
I am just so very grateful for you, all that I learned from you, and who you are as a person, most importantly. Thank you so much.
And hey, Dr. Titus, we love and celebrate you. It's great to see Jonathan. The legacy has been passed on and the torch has been passed. We actually just had a really good prayer time, praying for America. And I know just praying that stuff that you taught us and through God's law that will be still strong in this nation. God bless you. We were just talking about how grateful we were for the privilege, I think, of going to CBNU, Regent University, studying under Dr. Herb Titus. Not knowing you're going to end up marrying the dean's daughter.
No, not at all, that's for sure.
But what would you say was like pretty transformational in his approach to understanding a love for the law, and the law is like a schoolmaster to bring us to Christ?
So one point is recognizing law as one of the key revelations or contributions of the scriptures. The idea of law as something, you remember the words he used to use. Law is fixed,
Uniform.
it's uniform,
Universal.
and universal. And that was a pretty radical idea for the time, when evolutionary ideas of law, where it just always changes, and it were kind of the habit of mind. And so that was a real distinctive, and that accords with the scriptures. Suddenly it opens up the scriptures. You realize, oh, that is exactly what the scriptures are teaching. And then secondly, or maybe more primarily, was his teaching on authority. Authority is the key to understanding law, to understanding relationships, and, like you say, jurisdiction. The jurisdiction isn't firstly a legal term, but it's a term of what life is about.
It's very freeing when you understand jurisdiction.
It is.
Yeah.
So suddenly the family, you understand the family is a jurisdiction, its own little jurisdiction.
It's government of the family.
Yeah.
Civil
And-
government,
Yeah.
church government.
Church government, yeah. And then suddenly you see things in terms of an entire worldview. So, in some ways it was kind of a really fundamental outworking of some of Francis Schaeffer's teachings. Francis Schaeffer wasn't a lawyer, so he didn't have such precision insight, but Dean Titus had that, and he taught in such a way that was very lifting and
It made
inspiring.
you excited. Like every class was excited. He'd open with worship or a hymn and a prayer. He loved us. He'd be crying sometimes. He loved us so much and wanted us to love the law as well. And I think one thing that makes me sad in our culture is that we've so elevated law. Oh, that's just for lawyers. That's just for. But even when this country was founded, most people understood their rights, they understood freedom, they fought for those freedoms. The law was something that many people understood. And now we've made it in these huge law books that are almost intimidating. Oh, you have to hire robe law to interpret the law. No, we can understand the law.
Yeah.
And
No,
don't be
there-
afraid of it.
There's one thing so he's not doing very well right now, just being completely coherent, which is
Although,
just,
what was the lecture he gave the other day? Shauna said 2 days ago or 3 days ago he gave a lecture on something.
I was feeding him, just handing him. He was eating his own, but
Good.
I was handing him orange slices, and I started talking about, what a blessing oranges are, and then what also a blessing that the Lord has given us sense for the flavor of oranges.
Right,
I mean,
sure.
just two awesome, ingenious constructions. Just,
Gifts.
wow.
Right.
So, and anyway, he launched into an essay lecture on the distinction between substantive and procedural due process.
Just with you and the oranges.
Just with me. And
Oh, next time, pull
And it
out
was-
that cell phone and
it
record
was-
it.
It was quite a lecture. But several months ago, we were having a conversation about, and it was really important at this time in, say, just our country's career or the church's history. There's this really big issue, and he was very concerned about it, and it is the distinction between reason, unaided reason versus reason aided by revelation. And he was making the really, really good, pertinent point that there probably isn't anything that's really reason unaided by revelation. That is, all reason, all knowledge is at some foundational level informed by, enabled by God revealing himself.
Yeah.
And that is one of his themes, is the importance of revelation as a foundation for law, for relationships, for society. So in terms of legacy, I'd say that'd be one of the fundamental ones. And so it's like, what did Ben Franklin say? It's a republic if you
You
can
can keep it, ma'am. Well, one of the reason that's even reconnected us was Troy told me that your father-in-law, that the dean, was very concerned about the upcoming anniversary of the Constitution, and the need to celebrate it, or the Declaration of Independence, was the Declaration's coming out. So when we were at Regent, they celebrated Carrie Morgan and Bob Barth and Jerry Thompson. They were all part of the bicentennial of the Constitution.
Yeah.
Right, so that we have a precedent for our people being involved in that and preserving in paper. So all of these people already have so much research on the Declaration and the Constitution. Let's bring it back to life for this generation. So we had that initial call about the Declaration. So, and then Gary Amos has that book, Defending the Declaration. Jerry Thompson and Carrie Morgan and Bob Barth, they all have all this research. So let's repackage it. So my passion is for children, right? And you have 10 kids and now grandchildren. Like, what a thrill. Congratulations, Jonathan, that we can pass on these treasures and these gifts. A republic, if you can keep it, man. Like, we got to pass on the principles. And so that's my passion. I remember, my passion is to take these principles and package them for children and get them excited about these principles of freedom and liberty and where it came from. And self-government, which is manners, right? Which is what I teach, good manners and kindness. Making the Decalogue come alive.
The manners.
There you go, mannerslady.com. Yeah, and the new campaign for kindness, which all comes out of common law, common courtesy, common law, common sense, all going back to the Magna Carta, Decalogue, and so that's my passion is.
Oh, interesting. So the manner in which I carry out my duty. Manners.
Right, and Wilberforce, right? He had said, God has given me two mandates, the ending of slavery and the reinstatement of manners, morals in society. And so we have a little nonprofit called the American Civility Project and the Canadian Civility Project. So, hopefully carrying on the legacy of what we learned at Regent and
Indeed.
preparing the next generation.
Yeah. So here we are, 30 years.
I know,
Down the
coming in
road.
here. We haven't seen these, I told Christina, we haven't seen you for 33 years. So, Scott Robe, Judi Johnston, Benkovich. God bless you guys.
God bless. Hey everybody, come visit us at Robe Law Office in Athens, Ohio.
Southeastern Ohio.
Yeah, across the street from the sheriff's office and Donkey Coffee.
There we go, Sheriff's Office. And back to Sean and Scott.